Who has seen a clip online of a large rocket launching and then exploding? That's not just any other spaceship. That's a rocket called Starship. It's part of a program aiming to change the future of space travel. This topic should be important to you because it will play a much larger role in our everyday lives than you might realize. SpaceX's Starship is an innovative new rocket that will transform our relationship with space for the years to come. Today I will explain what Starship is, how it will work, its main goals, and how SpaceX will achieve them. Now that you know a little bit about what I'll be talking about, let's dive a little deeper into what Starship is. In an article by Andrew Jones, published on April 18, 2023 on space.com, Starship is a two-stage launch system made up of the Super Heavy booster, the Starship spacecraft. Starship will also be the first rocket ever designed to be fully reusable. This is Super Heavy right here. The way it will be reused is when it comes back to the launch site, it will be caught between two arms on the launch tower. And it also doesn't have these legs anymore. This is Starship. It will also be caught between the tower right here. They're both fully reusable. If SpaceX can reuse both pieces quickly and safely, then the cost of each launch can drop dramatically and launches can happen far more often. To understand why this matters, it is important to compare Starship to how rockets have worked for most of history. For decades, rockets were treated like single-use machines. Once they launched, much of the hardware was either left to drift in space or burn up in the atmosphere. That means every launch was like throwing away a brand new airplane after one flight. Now that we know what Starship is and how it will work, what are its main goals? The number one goal of Starship is to bring down the cost of launching mass into orbit to a fraction of what it is today through the rapid reuse of rockets. The lower cost and rapid turnaround of this rocket will enable missions to the Moon and Mars to be more feasible. This is where Starship becomes more than just another vehicle. Lowering the cost of getting things to orbit doesn't just mean more rockets launching. It means more opportunities for what we can build and do in space. According to an article titled Starship, with no publication date by SpaceX, with no author listed, when it becomes cheaper to launch, it becomes more realistic to send larger satellites, more supplies, and infrastructure to orbit. And that connects directly to everyday life. If launches become cheaper and more frequent, we can expand space-based communication and internet systems such as Starlink and Starlink Mobile. That means better connectivity in remote areas, improved global coverage, and more reliable communication during disasters or outages. It also supports future technologies that depend on space infrastructure and large satellite networks. This infrastructure is also crucial if humanity wants to return to the Moon or send people to Mars, as it takes a massive amount of equipment and supplies, and you can't do that efficiently with rockets that are expensive and slow to rebuild. Starship is designed to carry much larger payloads more often, which is exactly what those missions require. With those being the goals, the next question is how SpaceX is developing Starship. SpaceX's approach to rocket development is highly unorthodox, relying on a test and improve philosophy. This is why you see so many Starship test clips online. Starship is testing constantly. The 2024 video called Join Elon Musk on a Tour of Starship just before it launches, published by Everyday Astronaut on YouTube, shows how their strategy is to build prototypes, fly them, learn what goes wrong, and then quickly improve on the next version. In traditional aerospace, failures are often avoided because they're expensive and slow a program down. SpaceX treats failures as part of the learning curve and gives data that can't be fully replicated in simulation. That test and improved strategy is paired with something else that is just as important: manufacturing at scale. SpaceX isn't trying to just build one perfect rocket and fly it a few times. The goal is to create a system that can turn out thousands of rockets a year and can be flown repeatedly. If they can build lots of ships and boosters, then they can support frequent missions, quick turnarounds, and faster path toward those bigger goals like the Moon and Mars. So when you put it all together, SpaceX is trying to combine three things: a fully reusable design, rapid testing, and high volume production. That combination is what will make Starship different from any rocket that came before it. As I wrap up my speech, you can see how SpaceX's approach is truly changing the space industry. Overall, Starship isn't just any other rocket. SpaceX is building it to reshape how we access space and transform our relationship with it for years to come. Today, I explain what Starship is, how it works, and what its main goals are, and how SpaceX is pushing to reach those goals. So the next time you see a Starship clip online, you'll know it's not just another failed rocket launch but a step toward making space more accessible in a way that will improve all of our lives. Thank you.